It's Not Live TV. I'm Shaun. I'm here with my absolute hero, frankly the reason I DJ. Allan. He's just played at Lost and Found. It's the first night. He's absolutely smashed the bloody place to bits. Stu, I've got a few things that I really want to ask you. The first thing is, more than anything, is if you could transport yourself back to any year that you have ever played, what is your ultimate year?
Really hard. I think for the more of this style of music, I think if you've got to go back to 90, that kind of time really, 1990, the early days of when it was really getting going was the Eclipse, Coventry, you got Amnesia House, Pandemonium, all these, that's where it was really, really getting going, and those were probably the most exciting times. Because you turn up and you don't know what to expect. We all do now, we all turn up and we play to a crowd and whatever. But those were new times, so if I could go further back again, but no one would really understand that. So.
Stu, I've wanted to use this line for years. You've gone from sold out to sold out. Am I the first person to use that?
I play to a crowd who's there, basically. There's no point in being up your own arse and just not playing to people who are there.
Yeah.
That's all it's about, really. That's all I've ever done.
Going back to sort of like 87, 88, 89, was it really difficult for you to break house music into Manchester? I mean, in an era where house music was pretty much frowned upon, it didn't fit into the remit of Key 103. How the hell did you play that?
I just played what I thought was right to play. Luckily, I got away with it because there were enough people listening. Basically, if they wanted to kick me out by the first couple of weeks of doing the show, but no, luckily the masses and masses of people were listening, and that's obviously what they wanted to hear. They weren't getting it anywhere else, so it's perfect.
There's so many people dealing with that kind of thing at the moment, and we're all fighting the same battle. I mean, we're all carrying on doing our own thing. If you were sat facing a program director right now, what would you say if somebody said to you, "You're not playing commercial enough, you don't fit into our remit, you don't," and I've worked for Galaxy for a long time, and I know exactly how the same thing is. What would you say to somebody if you were sort of maybe a 22, 23-year-old DJ right now?
Well, you could never end up playing what you want, as you probably know. These days, in radio, this is why I'm not on radio really, because you just can't do it. They're just thinking of pound notes all the time, and music is like something to fill in the spaces between them advertising, products and sponsorship. You know what I mean? It's such a shame, because back when I was on, music was the first thing and get people listening, and then you sell advertising. But now it's sell advertising first, and music comes second, and it's just not enjoyable that way, So to talk to a director, they just laugh at you now, unfortunately, and just go, well, this is the way we're going to do it.
I've only got a couple more questions, see, but if you could pick one record that you would play, not necessarily something that you have to play now, just something that you absolutely love, what would it be?
The hardest question in the world. No, I couldn't really think of anything really, to be honest. Because all of my early days of when I started DJing, which was like free house music, it was all the soul and funk days, and those are the tunes that I wish it'd be nice to play those again.
A record that I really associate with is Dawn Victim with Joy.
Yeah, well, that was the early days. I've never played that out though. Weird, isn't it? That was a huge radio record at the time, 87 time, whatever. But I've never played in a club. But pre that really, you're talking all D-Train, Prelude type music, back then was, it'd be nice to put on the night in Manchester playing that stuff.
Anyway, realistically, Stu, you've continued to carry on what you're doing as old school as respect to Manchester. I've got one more question after this, by the way, which is quite an important question. But aside from, Stu will pay that, I don't care. Essentially, what are you doing now, and what is certainly quite big? I know you're certainly quite big in terms of your newer hardcore stuff.
Well, that was, people noticed that because I just happened to play that as well. But back in the day, I was playing soul. Then it was kind of, because I was playing hip hop as well. People go, "Oh, you're a hip hop DJ," because it's that bit out of the ordinary, So I'm just playing music that people dance to, really. I've never been pigeonholed, luckily. But people think I have by playing hardcore, but I've always played house at the same time, so it's never a problem.
Stu, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as many, I would say many people my age are concerned, you're responsible for house music in Manchester. I'd certainly say yourself and Graham Park are quite probably two main candidates. But for example, if we were to say and start a campaign that you should get the freedom of the city as the inventor of house music in Manchester,
that would be amazing.
I'll say it with part serious and I'll say it with part jest. But frankly, we think we should start the campaign at Nightlife City. Would you accept it?
I'd be unbelievably flattered, obviously. But I do remember playing house and not realising that people were thinking, "Wow, we've never heard this." I've never heard it before because I was picking up all the tunes and thinking, "Great, I'll play these on the radio." I never realised I was playing stuff that no one else happened to be playing until later on. So. If you were to do something like that, I'd be unbelievably honoured. Unbelievable.
Stu, thank you very much.
The
other thing I've got to add to this is Cat's Rave Digger is frankly one of my favourite ever old-school moments.
Enjoy doing that.
And Stu, I could go on forever, but other than that, thank you very much.
Brilliant, it's a pleasure, absolute pleasure. Nice one.